Good morning. I'd like to call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. It's Monday, February 2nd, 2015, Groundhog Day. It is now 9:10, and kudos to the selectmen who showed up during the snow, ice storm, whatever. That's why we're delayed. Thank you, gentlemen, for showing up. I appreciate it. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll ask Selectman Harriman to lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Charles. Item 2, public forum. I don't see anybody wishing to address the board on any agenda item. Item 3, approval of the minutes. I have 3 items. 3.1, January 15th, special board workshop meeting. Go ahead.
Approval. Second.
Okay. Second. Any additions or corrections? See none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item 2, 3.2, January 16th, special budget workshop. Do I have a motion, please?
Move approval.
Okay.
have to abstain, I wasn't. Carl?
Second. Any additions or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
One abstention.
Yeah.
Thank you. And item 3, January 20th, which was a regular meeting. Do I have a motion, please?
Move approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any additions or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And with one abstention. Okay. Thank you. All right. Item 4, Town Engineer Jim Portley. 4.1, discuss and take possible action on the purchase.
Joe?
Yes, sir.
Why was there an extension?
Me.
You're listed as being here.
Then we have a correction.
So we have a correction
Yeah.
then.
Okay. Good
Okay.
catch. Okay. You have that, Karen? Okay.
That's the 20th regular meeting.
That's regular meeting, right? Okay.
We felt your presence, Charlie.
I was thinking of you.
Item 4, Town Engineer Jim Portley, 4.1, discuss and take possible action on the purchase of a Ford F-550 6-wheel pickup with dump body, plow, sander off of the state contract, which is 10 PSX 0239. Morning, Jim.
Good morning.
And kudos to your men. They were out, as we discussed last night, at midnight.
Yep.
Okay.
They do a terrific job.
Yeah.
And there's no second shift coming in. They just keep going until it's all done.
They are the second and third shift.
Second, third, and whatever kind of shift you need. So.
Okay, Jim, let's talk about the Ford
Okay.
F-50, okay?
Ford F-50 is truck need. It was on the list of vehicles to be purchased on the bonding. $105,000 was appropriated for the truck. This is a truck probably be used primarily along the shoreline where we got very narrow roads and where we need more maneuverability than on some of the regular town road. The Public Works Commission, we went back and forth on this. We had spec'd out a truck that under the state bid process that would have cost $98,000. We went back and forth. The Public Works Commission felt that there was too much money for this kind of a truck. Jim DeVoe of the commission had done some work on his own and wanted to downscale the equipment on the truck, and we debated it ad infinitum. What the Public Works Commission has voted to approve is the 6-wheel pickup truck. Two differences in what the Public Works folks spec'd and what the commission approved. And one is the heavy-duty plow. We typically, you go with a Warsaw plow. It's a heavy-duty. It's the frame, plow frame is attached to the body of the truck, and it's a heavy-duty plow for this kind of vehicle. There's other lighter weight kind of plows. In this case, that was looked at and other towns have used is this Fisher plow. It's a lighter gauge, got a quick connect. We don't know, we haven't had experience with this specific model. We have had Fisher plows in the past that haven't stood up, so we were reluctant to just automatically adopt that kind of plow. And the other major difference was we typically will specify that they have a central hydraulic system is for the vehicle. The central hydraulics control the plow operations, the dump truck, and the sander operations. What this truck will have and was spec'd was it'll have an electric controls on the plow. It'll have an electric motor that'll control the hydraulics for the dump, and it'll have an electric motor for the sander. There's obviously savings to be realized. Savings were $17,342 less because of the plow and the controls. We save about $5,000 to $6,000 on the plow and approximately $11,000 on the controls. So that's what the Public Works Commission voted for. Rather than keep debating the subject, I looked at it and I said, well, we really need the vehicle. The ones we have just about out their useful life. So I would, while I don't necessarily recommend it, it is requested that the Board of Selectmen approve the purchase of the 2015 Ford F-550 six-wheel pickup equipped as I've described, as approved by the Public Works Commission for $78,443.44.
Okay. For the sake of discussion, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table that's been seconded. I did meet with Mr. DeVoe several months ago. I can't remember the date, but I do have his material he presented to me, along with, if anybody wants to look at the material he did present, you can pass it around. But that is a brochure on the plow. Mr. DeVoe is in the trucking business in that he does own a couple of trucks. Am I correct?
Yes.
Jim? Okay, and he
And he does
does
a lot of plowing. He plows for the Board of Education.
he does, and I'm sure he's pretty busy right now,
Yeah.
so he would be here today. Is a member, and a very active member of the of the Public Works Commission, and made a very good case to me in regard to this type of vehicle, and also said that there are other towns on the coastline, our neighboring towns, that do equip the F-550 with the options that he is recommending. And the Public Works Commission seemed to go along with his choice. I give him a lot of credit for doing a lot of research and a lot of work and convincing the Public Works Commission. Yeah, it is going against what staff has recommended, and it's saving the town about $17,000-$18,000. I know you guys had quite a discussion.
Well, it went on for months, and it really is, as I said, I got to be a pragmatist. I'm not going to keep debating it back and forth. And we presented our case, they didn't agree, and that's fine. We're all big.
What was some of the argument, I mean, other than price?
The biggest thing is we don't, in the course of, this vehicle's supposed to last 15 years. We know as part of this kind of a situation, we'll replace the sander motor. We're going to replace the electrical components. These are components that are, they're a generation ago. They've all been replaced with these all towns, generally speaking, will have a central hydraulic system on their trucks. They will specify it because it's just the simplicity of operation and the reliability is there for them. You can talk about it, but it's in the middle of a snowstorm when your sander motor craps out. Or the electricals on the plow controls crap out. And our argument is that we'll have a lot less downtime with the system that has been specified by the department. Only, and this is based on, we got mechanics that have been working on these systems for years.
So what was their argument besides money for
the only argument they have was that other people are using it. Well, that does, to me, that's a lot of people using lots of kinds of things. That's the biggest,
Are other people using them
Fact.
because of some inherent quality of them, or simply because they're cheaper?
I think they're cheaper, that's all.
So they didn't make any argument of the better quality of the equipment, it was simply a dollars and cents decision?
Correct. Although James DeVoe said, he feels that this new Fisher plow is a lot more durable than the old Fisher plows that had been used. And then we had, as I said,
Well, I think you hit it on the head. It's not a matter of steel on the plow. It's a matter of the little electric motor that's telling it to do its thing.
Well, it's also, if you've seen the areas, some of the areas down on the show, we have the plow. It's the structure of the plow itself, too. There's probably some we've gotten rid of in the last year or two that are remnants of what was originally plows.
So Public Works Commission has recommended this.
They voted,
Over.
yes.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. I'm not gonna send you to micromanage, especially
No.
after you debated it
No,
for a
I-
period of time.
I think it's been fully vetted.
Yeah, I would agree. There's certainly an argument for long-term durability, but that's why we have the commission, and I don't have the expertise to say either you're right or they're right, so I'm prepared to
The only way you're gonna
endorse the
find out.
commission.
And that's why we're here. I mean, I was gonna try to argue it, but only time will tell. I will say,
What I'm
I
hearing,
think
the
after-
truck, the equipment isn't gonna outlast the trucks anymore. It used to be that the trucks, we had 70s trucks. I don't think we're gonna have,
Well,
25, 30-year-old trucks, what we're buying nowadays.
Not the way
It's being manufactured now,
and not the way the salt's being used.
right?
It is, try to look at the life cycle cost. So if you're gonna buy a truck and it's supposed to have a 15-year life, the equipment you put on it should try to have a 15-year life.
Should
Essential
match
hy-
it.
Should match it.
Should match
An
it.
essential hydraulic system, we know that'll work. With the plow frame and the plow, we know that'll be there. We don't know about these. As I said, it's our point of view that these separate controls, we're gonna have a lot more downtime, a lot more maintenance costs. But, I don't think, and we can talk about it all we want. If the savings are so attractive, then that's what the Public Works Commission said. Well, let's go.
I think it's,
No point debating it anymore.
okay, and it's been I feel it's been fully vetted like you say, in the Public Works Commission, so I would tend to accept the recommendation of the Public Works Commission. Is there any further discussion? Okay. I'll call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Okay, James, we'll go to 4.2, which is consider and take possible action on award of bid 2-1415, pavement preservation improvement to the West Lake Avenue State Project, L059-0001.
Okay, back in January 23rd, we received 6 bids. They ranged from $1,028,901 to $1,266,000. All bids were deemed complete. Waters Construction Company of Bridgeport was the low bidder. Just to refresh your memories, Waters was the company that rebuilt the revetment after Hurricane Irene. They did a great job, and it's worked very well. We have to, as part of this process, we have to, we've had permission from DOT to go to bid Now, through the process, we have to bring these bids to the Council of Governments, and they will, I'm sure they will endorse them, and then we will submit them to the state for the award and for issuance of the grant. So it is recommended that the Board of Selectmen award bid to number 2-1415 to Waters Construction for the price of $1,028,901.60, and authorize the first selectman to sign a recommendation to the Department of Transportation that the contract be awarded as per the November 214 letter, which is, I did attach for your reference.
So moved.
Second.
There's a second. There's a second. One question I have, Jim, is on the spreadsheet we were presented. There is a difference in the amounts that is different from what your memo says here. I don't know which, one of them is a typo. Which one is it?
Well, the 1028, I'm sorry.
Does everybody see what I'm seeing, or is it?
Yeah, no, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, 1027.
The bid,
Oh, that one, yes, we had a, that was the bid tabulation. When we went through and did, this is the bid summary.
Right.
When we went through and did the bid tabulation, which we had to do by the state, there was one line item that was,
Excuse me.
they had a juxtaposition of the numbers, and we made the change here. We called them, on the advice of town council, asked them what they wanted to do. They said that they had made the error, and it was the item for, let's see, it was item 0406442, super pave. They had the right quantity. What they did, and took the last two numbers, the 3475, and reversed them into 57, and their extension came out wrong. So we asked them what they wanted to do, and they said they would like to hold the unit price and change that. So with that, we changed the bottom line to, instead of 1027, 1028. So it was a very minor change in the bottom line. It was just an error, and we felt that would be okay.
Yes.
And I asked Pam about that, how,
The Scrivener's error.
Okay, should we have gotten that second page?
I don't know, there's many item numbers, so that's up to you.
I attached this tabulation right now.
We haven't gotten it.
Oh, okay, I can give you that.
I'm not sure I need that level of detail.
No, it's not a big deal to me, but, so, all right. So the correct number is the 1,028,901.60? Okay, all right. And so the motion still
I
stands?
moved it the way he said it, so
Okay.
we're good at 1028.
And we still have a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? All right, I'll call for a vote.
Just a
Gary?
quick question. With all the processes and the steps in it, the bid is good for as long as it takes for the state to
Yes, well,
get through the process?
they've been very good with us on this process.
Okay. Okay.
I anticipate they'll want to keep it going.
Okay.
Was that part of the specs,
I
Which-
don't know that off the top of my
that they hold the bid until we get the
Oh,
approval
yeah,
from the
well,
state?
all our
Oh,
bids
yeah.
say they have to hold it for like 90 days, so
Okay.
I'm assuming.
And we
these-
want to start this job, we told the contracts, we want to start April 1st.
Okay, so you're gonna go through this in
Oh,
90
yeah.
days?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Sometimes we worry about the state's approvals.
Now, this is a new program, as Joe and I know.
Still lots of programs?
There was a lot of flack because everybody's concerned how fast the state will react to this. And because we were the first one in the chute, they handle us pretty quick. We've got the money fast, we got the approvals fast, so we're ready to go.
Further discussion? All right. Call for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave, thank you. Get on the plow.
Yeah. You wouldn't want me on the plow.
On second thought, we couldn't afford all the mailboxes.
That's right.
All the curbing.
we kind of like the mailbox sales.
Well, wait a minute. I forgot who was next on the agenda.
It's good for us.
Item 5,
Always trying to improve the economy of town.
Keep trying.
Absolutely.
Green Committee, Stephen Page. 5.1, consider and take possible action on recommended changes to the signs on the green regulations. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning. At the last meeting, we discussed our idea for the changes. I guess we're looking for the nod
Okay.
from you folks.
We all have in our packet the changes to the recommended changes from the Green Committee. You see them in blue line. That we received at the last meeting and said that we would review them and then either act or discuss them again at this meeting. So, what's your pleasure?
I would move it for the sake of discussion. I have 2 observations, so I would move it. I happen to look at our agenda, and I know this was on it before, but it says applicants must represent a civic or nonprofit organization located in Guilford.
Correct.
3 of the 5 requests that we have on our agenda today are actually based elsewhere. Now, I know they operate in Guilford. I mean, the Boy Scouts, for instance, the camp at Deer Lake is in Killingworth. The request is from the Boy Scouts, Boy Scout Council or troop in Guilford. But the term located, the term
that's-
ought to be operating in or doing, I don't know what the exact verb ought to be.
Well, the way the Deer Lake situation was explained to us the last time was that they do have a branch in Guilford that works with the Deer Lake, and that the Guilford people do participate
Oh,
in that.
I'm sure they do.
They do use it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, and I just, I look at the Hearts and Courage organization, I just went online, it's based in Stratford. Now, it's signed by a member, I think, of the foundation of the family that started it, who lives in Guilford. So, I mean, there's a connection.
Right.
I'm not implying that any of these are unjustified, but I think the term located just may conflict with reality in a couple of cases. The Cove, which is having its race, walk, run, is based in Meriden. You understand what?
I understand completely what you're saying, and I guess
Couldn't we change that one word?
Yeah, I think we could
Right.
change the one
We
word.
could.
I'm not sure what the one is, operating in Guilford or something like that.
operating in Guilford, because I think that, the board usually takes into consideration all
Yeah.
the issues that you rose,
Yeah.
that you brought up, to
Right.
allow the sign or not allow the sign, so, change it, that's great.
I have no problem with that.
So I would amend that we change that one word to operating. Does anybody have a better word?
Not right.
Acting in Guilford, operating in Guilford, servicing Guilford?
I would say servicing or
Servicing.
Yeah, that
benefiting or
sounds
something like that.
Yeah, servicing Guilford, that's fine,
Right.
so I would make the amendment to,
I would maybe use both words, servicing and benefiting. Benefit. Guilford organizations. Okay.
Just give yourself enough room there so that
Yeah.
you can cover
So we
the
don't make
requests
it-
that you have.
don't make it so constricting.
Right.
Okay.
And we don't want to make it constricting.
no, and I understand, I want to avoid a conflict if it comes up, I just happen to be going through the agenda and discovering 3.
Okay.
So my amendment is that we change the word located and point 6 of the policy to servicing and benefiting Guilford,
Citizens of Guilford.
citizens of Guilford. And just my other question.
Have that, Karen?
Is that seconded?
Okay.
Oh, it's a-
I'm second.
Seconding? Okay. Good.
And that the 4-week, application must be submitted 4 weeks prior, and that's covered by the exception, because I know we periodically approve signs that are relatively quick. So we're covered under the exceptions provision.
Some a lot quicker than that.
Right, okay. The ideal would be that they put it in well in advance.
Okay.
Understood, okay.
And the other issue, Gary, you brought up the last time was the sign remains 2 weeks after the event's conclusion. And I think it was your suggestion that we change that to a shorter time window. We're fine with it 2 weeks, but you know, the Board of Selectmen feels it should be changed, then
I know,
Considering don't you have an issue with the numbers of signs? I mean,
Yes.
2
Right.
weeks is a half a month, I think. I certainly think 2 weeks is plenty, and I could see just having a week, just make sure there's a week gives them a weekend, you know, in case it's volunteers and that type of thing.
so could we change it to a week? Would everybody be
I would be.
okay with that?
I have no problem with
Okay, let's
that.
change it to a week and then,
I mean, just because we're already crowded.
Right.
You know, 2 weeks is
But also
literally a
give-
half a
Gives
month,
them
and
some
usually
amount
they
of
just
time.
put them up a month ahead of time
it gives the
anyway.
next people having signs put up
Yeah.
more room to have signs to go up there, so.
We change that to a week then? Is everybody okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll be changed twice, I think, in there. It's in there twice someplace, so.
I had a question on the sticker. Does the sticker have an expiration date on it?
Well, this,
I don't think we've seen it. Actual
you can see
sticker.
my artwork? We would have removal, a place for, where they could, the people at the town hall could take a black magic marker and put the removal date on the sticker.
So in essence, that's the expiration date.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I'm just gonna go out and probably go to Royal or someplace and have someone make up some stickers
Okay,
that we would bring to Karen and the rest of the people at the town hall.
okay. Good, that's a question I had.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Karen, you want to read back the two changes that we've made that are not in our package, please?
So you're gonna change located to servicing and benefiting the citizens of Guilford. And you're going to change the removal period from 2 weeks to 1 week.
Okay. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Anything else, though? Yes,
That also,
Stephen.
that's gonna be changed on the application also. It says request sign placement. Oh, no, never mind, forget it. Sorry.
That's 2 weeks prior.
Right, right.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to change at this point before we vote on it? Okay. I'll call for a vote then. All those in favor as changing the...
Can I?
Go ahead.
All signs are for events?
Right.
I was just
Well, they're
thinking
for all
of
sorts of
somebody,
things.
you know, okay.
Not necessarily events that are on the green, but events that are being held,
Yeah.
you know, in Guilford.
Right.
Yeah, it just crossed my mind, you know, would somebody ever put up a sign just, you know, support this, just something like that, but not have a specific date, but.
Well, the idea too is to go through the towns so that we know who's putting a sign up there and who's not. And the sticker, again, is to allow us as the committee the ability to, you know, keep some sort of control over it.
I mean, we've had signs for events being held at the community center or at the Knights of
Right.
Columbus, wherever, okay? Anything further?
Nothing further, it's just that, you know, I was thinking of a sign like, you know, supporting a particular, perhaps a vote or something, or, you know, high school or something like that. But that, I'm overthinking it.
In some cases in the past, we've had signs put up by, well, let's say rogue signs. We just go and take them down. I mean, if they don't have permission, they shouldn't be there.
And that's the idea of the sticker. So it tells everyone that, you know, this sign is approved or it's not approved, and makes it easier.
And it's control of the signs, it's not necessarily events or non-events, so it
Right.
doesn't matter, okay,
Right.
no problem, I'm all set.
What's that?
Ready to vote.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Go sell some mailboxes next.
Yeah, you gotta reorder
Big
some,
supply.
you gotta reorder some green ones, because you're out of the green ones.
Okay, item 6, environmental planner. Kevin McGee, consider and take possible action on a resolution of endorsement for the South Central Council of Governments Regional Performance Incentive Program proposal reference in the Connecticut General Statute, Section 4-124, 2014 supplement. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
South Central COG is looking for your approval for several different programs here. One, the Regional Planimetric Data Development Grant, a Regional Open Space Inventory Grant, and a Regional Community Rating Service Feasibility Grant. The Regional Planimetric Development is something that they've been looking at for a couple years. I've been here promoting that for a couple years. It's dealing with outlining buildings, roads, different fixtures onto the GIS layers. We have that in our budget, capital proposal for our capital budget. Just in case the state doesn't approve it, like I said, this is the third year that they're putting in for this grant, and they've been denied twice for other pressing issues, I guess, within the state. They're also looking at regional open space inventory of going through the towns in the region and categorizing, is it town-owned land, is it all open space, is it for other municipal needs, is it for potential development, so they're going to be looking at those type of things within that line item. And then the regional community rating system, that's a FEMA program, where being part of this program allows, once they finish the feasibility study and they promote enacting it, it allows residents to get discounts on their flood insurance program due to different levels of town's participation into the community rating system. We get points, and the number of points equate to reductions in insurance rates there. And I think they're basically looking to feasibility of how much we can work with the different towns with that.
Okay.
There's three different proposals, or three different grants that they're rolling into this one resolution.
And the COG has, thank you, Kevin, the COG has to submit this by March 31st, as you can see from the letter from the executive director, Carl Amento. And as we discussed in our budget workshop the other day, Friday, that if the COG is successful in securing one of these grants, particularly with the GIS, we can eliminate the $55,000 that Kevin's put into capital
Yep.
plan.
Keep our fingers crossed that they
So
get this grant.
that would help taxpayers out in this town. So I would highly endorse that you allow me to sign this resolution and forward it off to the COG.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. Discussion.
Just so I understand, I'm looking at, I guess, the fifth page where it says total municipal cost $775, CROG cost $547. Does that imply that there is a cost participation by the town?
Now, they just create these charts to show the,
What it would cost us.
Oh, okay, so that's
what it would
that's
cost
what it
if the
would
towns
cost
did
if
individually.
Right.
if each of them did,
Right.
okay, so
Right.
this is a no cost to the town?
Right,
Correct.
right.
I mean, with the share flight, I mean, the flight information and the
Okay.
engineering gets shared, so you have some cost savings which help reduce the overall cost of the region.
Okay,
See, so once they have the plane in the air for the region, that's.
right, okay.
Instead of stopping a line and zigzagging, you get a longer flight.
Also, no, data's interesting. I also note that we are significantly the largest town in the COG.
That we are. And on days like today, I wish we were.
Yeah, no, it's,
And that's by square mile, you mean?
by
Yeah,
square
by
miles.
square mile.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, New
it's-
Haven's only 32, and we're,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it has a square miles for every town in there.
Any further discussion on the motion?
Just a prayer.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll call for a vote then. All those in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, item, excuse me, I'm sorry. 7, discuss and take possible action to set a town meeting for Tuesday, February 17th, 2015, at 8:15 a.m. in the Town Hall to act on a resolution authorizing the Board of Selectmen to withdraw as of June 30th, 2015, from the agreement regarding the South Central Connecticut Regional Emergency Communication System dated May 23rd, 2011, pursuant to Article, is that 15? 16 of the agreement, and to authorize the first selectman to execute all documents necessary to effectuate such withdrawal. That this is for CMed. Okay? Yeah. We did it as of the board, but I'm told by the our in-house counsel that we also need a town meeting to do this. Okay?
I'll move that for the sake of discussion.
Second.
Okay?
My only discussion is I support this, but I do not think I'll be at the meeting,
Okay.
so.
Any further discussion? Okay. Right. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, that's February 17th, 8:15 in the morning in this room here. Thank you. Okay. I have
Just sign it and pass it on.
8, item 8, appointments and resignations. 8.1, act on a resignation received from Noel King from the Conservation Commission. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Okay.
with a question, because I read her letter. Does she understand that she's entitled to a second term if she chooses to?
I haven't talked with her, but she's expressed her with different colleges within the region, and I knew she was traveling to Rhode Island
Thank
and
you.
stuff, and had conflicts with that Wednesday.
Okay.
But I was shocked to,
She's a valuable member of the commission. It's disappointing that she resigned, but
Thank you.
maybe we could touch base with her, one of us, Kevin, you want, and make sure that she understands that she could have stayed if, and been reappointed for another term if she wanted.
Okay. Motion been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Act on a recommendation to appoint Kim Nelson to the Youth and Family Service Board to fill a vacancy for a term to expire September 30th, 2018.
So moved.
Third, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Act on a recommendation to appoint Jennifer Carlson as an alternate to the Youth and Family Service Board to fill a vacancy for a term to expire September 30th, 2018. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Act on a recommendation to move John Hall from an alternate to a regular member on the Shellfish Commission to fill a vacancy for a term to expire February 28, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. All right, number 9, request for the use of town property. I have 9.1 to 9.5.
I would move that we approve the 3 signs and 3 uses as listed in the request for town property, item 9 of the agenda.
Is there a second? There's a second. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Correspondence, the only thing I will bring up, you all received correspondence, I guess it was last week, or copied on the correspondence that I received. I've
Yeah.
spoken to the individual over the weekend. As a matter of fact, the weather permitting, I'm going to be meeting with this young lady this morning, so I'll fill you in on my meeting. All right. That's all I have at the moment, other than Jim is not here, but did receive a couple of nice compliments regarding our Public Works Department in their activities last week regarding snow removal. I will say, I believe the governor did a good call by keeping the vehicles off the road.
Yeah.
It helped the entire state, including Guilford, do a much better job in getting rid of the snow last week.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens today, all right? So, but today's a little bit difficult, because we've got a lot of ice to deal with as opposed to just snow. Anything else on correspondence? Committee reports, I have nothing. Carl?
No.
Gary? Charles, nothing. Old business, I have nothing to report. Okay. New business, No one? Public forum, I don't see anybody coming out in bad weather, okay. Seeing no further business, I'll call for a motion to adjourn,
Move we adjourn.
Second.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned at 9:50, thank you. And again, gentlemen, thanks for coming out.